Hey guys, it's Reefr isn't real, and we're back at it again with the third trip report of the day. Today we're doing a Datura trip report, which just always interesting anyways. This trip report is by Datura John Doe. Um, anyways, let's just get right into this trip report and not waste any time. Before I get into this, I would first like to preference that I made this account in order to maintain anonymous. This occurred 2 weeks ago and I still feel some of the effects. It was a Saturday afternoon when my friends came to visit carrying a bag of Datura seeds. At the time, I wasn't very informed on the effects of the drug. Then, this will make you trip, quote unquote. So, being stupid, I decided to take it with him, something I would soon regret. He opened the bag of seeds and said, "Well, we'll do half each." Couldn't really tell you how many seeds there were or what type of tutorial we took, but it definitely was more than enough. I'd estimate around 30 to 50 seeds each. Once we consumed the tutorial, we sat down and watched a movie. I would say around 1.5 hours in, I started to feel extreme cotton mouth. It felt as if my tongue had no coating, and no matter how much water I drank, it felt like my tongue was bleeding. When it hit the roof of my mouth, not a pleasant feeling. Still, I have no effects, similar to LSD or mushrooms which I have experimented with in the past. I fell asleep soon after the movie finished, thinking nothing of it, and that we must have took too little. I woke up soon after and was extremely disorientated. I tried to wake my friend, but he was no longer next to me. I had a sudden urge to urinate and stood at the toilet for about 20 minutes, incapable of the luxury of relieving myself, so I gave up. Knowing I was tripping, I decided to look in the mirror as I enjoyed on LSD and mushrooms. However, what I saw was nothing. I had no reflection, which scared me quite a lot. I started going into panic, in which I saw the floorboards quite literally open up, like some sort of gateway to the underworld. I saw hands and feet through the floorboards, and it looked like my friend, so I tried to jump into the hole I saw in order to reach him, but the harder I tried, the more weak I got, and eventually I passed out. Waking up soon after yet again, I was in a different room that I could not recognize. I am not a smoker, but for some reason I had the sudden urge to smoke a cigarette. Although my friend was a smoker, and it could have possibly been his cig that I was smoking. However, I believe that I didn't smoke at all. This is when the trip hit a new level of terrifying. I saw an old man who seemed lost and alone. I hugged the man for whatever reason and attempting to comfort him. He looked like a lost soul. Looking back at the moment of the trip, I believe I was really just trying to comfort myself. The old man I saw was really just a mirror of my frightened ego and mind. I don't know, just something to think about. Still inside the house, I believe I started feeling spiders crawling on my skin, so I stripped all my clothes off and remained the rest of the trip naked. Blood was pouring out of my pores, and I could see the darkness of my eyes through a third person view. Unfortunately, this is all I can remember and can recall from the experience. According to my mate, he never felt the Datura and actually completely lost me. So I'm not quite sure where I was and when I experienced this. Thank you for listening, and if you can take anything from my experience, I'd highly regard Datura as one of the most powerful compounds in the universe, and it should not be taken lightly. I hope this report was helpful.